Hey everyone, imagine like having a conversation with AI, right? And this AI, it understands Polish like as well as you do.
Wow.
I mean, not just like basic phrases, but like official documents, news articles, even like, all the slang people use online.
Yeah, all the little nuances.
Exactly, all that good stuff. And that's what the creators of Bielik 7B v0.1 are working towards.
That's a catchy name.
Right. It's this cutting edge language model, and it's really pushing like the boundaries of Polish AI.
Yeah, it's fascinating, to see this kind of progress in AI development for languages that aren't English.
Absolutely.
For a long time, it felt like the focus was only on languages with tons and tons of easily accessible data.
Yeah,
But Bielik is a perfect example of how things are changing.
totally. And we've got this research paper from the Bielik team, and it's like packed with insights.
Oh, cool.
They lay out like their whole process for building the model, what makes it so special, and how it stacks up against other Polish language models.
So it's like a deep dive into how this model works.
Precisely. You're going to get the behind the scenes look at the world of AI development, all the hurdles they faced, and the creative solutions they came up with.
And probably a lot of data.
Oh, tons of it. But before we get into that, the paper jumps right in comparing Bielik to other Polish language models.
Okay, so like what are we talking about? What are some of these other models?
Well, there's TURL2 and Cora, just to name a couple. And it's like they're all competing in this like Polish AI Olympics,
Right, they're all vying for the gold.
Exactly. And each model takes its own unique approach. It's kind of like different training styles for athletes.
Okay, I get you.
So, for instance, TRL2, they started with this model called Llama 2.
Oh.
And they fine-tuned it specifically for like conversations in Polish and English.
Interesting. So they're aiming for that bilingual aspect right from the start.
Yeah, which is pretty ambitious.
Yeah.
And they used like 1 million conversation samples.
1 million. That sounds like a lot.
For us, yeah, but for an AI, that's like just a snap.
So they need way more data than that to really get going.
Exactly. Now, Cora, they went a different route. They trained their models continuously on this massive data set of 90 billion Polish tokens.
Okay, now I'm curious. What exactly is a token?
Right, good question. A token is basically like the smallest unit of language that the AI can understand.
So it's like breaking down a sentence into individual words or even parts of words.
You got it. It's like feeding the AI a giant library of Polish text, but like broken down into these tiny little pieces.
So the AI learns from all these pieces and figures out how to put them together, right?
Exactly. And the Bielik team points out that most of the existing Polish language models, they're trained on much smaller data sets.
Oh, so like compared to these guys, they're working with like crumbs.
Pretty much. Or they use like simpler techniques.
Okay.
And this can, limit how well they perform and how flexible they are in handling different tasks.
So Bielik is like the overachiever, the one that went above and beyond.
You could say that. They really set the bar high. Bielik is actually built on top of another model called Mistral 7B v0.1.
So they didn't start from scratch.
Nope. They had this strong foundation to build on, and they customized it specifically for Polish.
That's smart. So like what were some of the challenges they faced, going from English to Polish?
Well, one of the big ones was tokenization, remember? Like how the model breaks down the text into those little building blocks.
Right, those tokens.
So they actually tried adding Polish tokens to the existing system.
Okay.
But get this, they ran into trouble because Polish and English, they share some vocabulary.
Oh, so words were getting like mixed up.
Yeah, it was like trying to fit puzzle pieces from different sets together.
Right, it doesn't work.
Exactly. So they decided to stick with the original system for now.
Okay.
But they're still looking for ways to make it like even better for Polish in the future.
Well, that's good. They're not giving up.
Not at all.
Yep.
Now, you always hear about AI needing like mountains of data.
Yeah, it's all about big data.
And Bielik is no exception. They used a whopping 36 billion tokens to train this thing.
36 billion. Wow. That's mind-boggling.
It's like they fed it the entire internet, but like only the Polish parts.
So like every Polish website, every book, every article.
Pretty much. But, and this is important, they were super picky about the quality.
Oh, so it wasn't just like anything they could find.
Nope. Most of the data was in Polish, carefully cleaned and checked.
They had to make sure it was all good
The
stuff.
best of the best. They even used like a special program to weed out low quality writing.
So Bielik was only learning from the most well-written Polish text.
Exactly. They wanted to make sure it learned from like the best examples.
That makes sense.
And get this, they even threw in some English data.
Really? Why would they do that?
They didn't want Bielik to like forget everything it knew about English while it was learning Polish.
Oh, I see. So it's like keeping its English skills sharp even while learning a new language.
Exactly. It's like making sure your AI is bilingual, you know?
Yeah, right. So it can switch back and forth between languages without a problem.
Precisely. So now they've got this massive, squeaky, clean data set in both Polish and English.
Okay, so that's the data part. But how do you actually teach a model to, well, speak Polish? Like, how does that even work?
That is the million-dollar question, and that's what we'll get into next.
So where were we? Ah, yes, the magic of AI training.
And it's a secret sauce.
Exactly. So they used a whole bunch of, advanced techniques. Like, for instance, they adjusted the learning speed
Okay.
based on how complex the instructions were.
So, like, if the instruction was super simple,
Yeah, then Bielik could, learn it faster.
gotcha.
But if it was more complex, well, then it would slow down, and take its time.
So it's kind of like a personalized learning plan for the AI?
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. It's all about, optimizing the learning process.
That's pretty neat. Okay, so after all that pre-training, how did Bielik actually do? Was it, like, top of its class?
Well, they put it through a special test called the OpenPL LLM Leaderboard.
The what?
The OpenPL LLM Leaderboard. It's like the SATs for Polish language models.
Oh, okay, so it's like a standardized test to see how well they understand Polish.
Exactly. And it evaluates, how well they handle different tasks.
Like what kind of tasks?
Sentiment analysis, topic classification, question answering, all that good stuff.
So like a real test of its Polish skills.
Exactly.
How did Bielik score?
Bielik aced it.
Yeah.
It did exceptionally well.
Wow.
Especially in this one task called RAG Reader. It involves, answering questions based on a specific document.
Okay.
And get this, it even outperformed some larger models.
What? No way.
Yeah. Bielik was going head to head with these AI giants, and it came out on top.
So Bielik is officially a Polish AI superstar.
You could say that.
I'm impressed. What else did they test it on?
Well, they also use this thing called the Polish MT bench.
The MT bench. What's that all about?
It's specifically designed to test how well models can handle back and forth conversations.
Oh, interesting.
And, follow instructions, all in Polish.
So can it actually hold a conversation and, not sound like a robot?
Exactly. This benchmark, it covers all sorts of things, from writing and role play.
Role playing. What does that mean for an AI?
So, imagine giving it a scenario.
Okay.
And seeing if it can, respond appropriately in character, all while speaking Polish.
That's pretty cool. So it's not just about understanding grammar. It's about understanding how to actually use the language in different contexts.
Yeah, exactly. And it goes even further. It tests information extraction and even coding and math problems all in Polish.
Wow, that's a lot to handle. So how did Bielik do? Was it the valedictorian of the MT bench too?
It held its own. It didn't necessarily top the charts in every single category.
Okay.
But it showed really strong performance in reasoning and role playing.
Ah, the important stuff for sounding human, right?
Yeah, exactly. Those are essential for, natural and human-like interactions.
It's amazing to think that AI is getting so good at this.
It really is. And all this talk about Bielik's skills, it makes me wonder about its real-world potential.
Right. How could this actually be used to help people?
Well, imagine instant accurate translations.
Ooh, yeah, that would be amazing.
Or personalized Polish lessons tailored to your needs.
Like an AI tutor that speaks perfect Polish.
Exactly. Or even AI assistants that can, help you navigate those complex Polish legal documents.
Oh, that would be a lifesaver.
Or summarize, lengthy news articles in a flash.
That's incredible. The possibilities are pretty mind-blowing.
They really are. And it's not just about convenience.
Yeah.
This kind of accessibility can help break down language barriers and promote, cross-cultural communication.
So it's more people can connect with each other, even if they don't speak the same language.
Exactly. It can empower people to, access information and participate in online communities in a way that might not have been possible before.
I love that idea. So Bielik isn't just pushing the boundaries of AI, it's pushing the boundaries of what's possible in terms of language learning and cultural exchange.
Exactly. It's really inspiring to see.
This is also fascinating. What else did the research uncover?
Oh, yeah. They didn't just, create this awesome model.
Right.
They took it a step further and created some new tools to evaluate Polish language models.
Oh, really? So they're not just making the AI, they're making the tools to test it too.
Yep. They're called the OpenPL LLM Leaderboard and the Polish MT Bench.
Catchy names.
Right. So they're setting a high bar for Polish AI.
Okay.
But they're also, giving everyone the tools to measure progress.
So it's like they're building the racetrack, Andy. They're providing the speedometers for the Polish AI Grand Prix.
Exactly. I like that analogy.
Wow.
So the OpenPL LLM Leaderboard, is that like a multi-event competition testing different AI skills? Yeah, think of it like a decathlon for Polish AI, covering everything from understanding sentiment to answering questions accurately based on given information.
And the Polish MT bench, that's more focused on conversational skills, right?
Right. Like how smoothly the AI can chat in Polish.
Yeah, can it actually hold a conversation without sounding like a robot?
Exactly.
Yep.
And they even made it, super relevant to Polish culture.
Okay, what do you mean?
So instead of asking about, a vacation to Hawaii,
Right.
they might ask the AI to plan a trip to the Missourian Lake District.
Ah, so it's making sure that the AI isn't just speaking Polish, but actually understanding Polish culture.
Exactly. It's about making sure these models are truly fluent.
Not just in grammar, but in the nuances of the language.
And the culture, yeah.
So cool.
And having these benchmarks, it'll encourage more researchers to focus on Polish AI.
So it's friendly competition pushing the whole field forward.
Exactly. Healthy competition benefits everyone.
That's awesome. So with Bielik and these benchmarks, leading the way, what do you think the future holds for Polish language AI? What's next?
Well, that's the big question, isn't it?
It is. What should, our listeners be thinking about after this deep dive?
I think the big takeaway here is, imagine a world where Polish speakers have easy access to information and technology.
Okay.
And no matter, where they are or their tech skills.
So breaking down those barriers.
Exactly. A world where language is no longer a barrier and cultural exchange thrives.
It's opening up a whole world of possibilities.
Exactly. AI models like Bielik have the potential to make that, a reality.
It's a really powerful thought.
It is.
And it makes me wonder, as AI keeps getting better at, understanding and generating language, what will our role be as humans? Will we be the teachers,
Right.
the collaborators,
Yeah.
or something else entirely?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it?
It really is.
There's no easy answer, but one thing's for sure.
Yeah.
As AI evolves, we need to be actively shaping its development, making sure it benefits everyone.
It's not about, replacing humans.
Right.
It's about enhancing our abilities.
And creating new possibilities.
Yeah. And Bielik is a perfect example of that.
It really is.
It's not meant to replace Polish speakers, but to empower them.
Empower them to communicate better,
Right.
access information more easily, and maybe even, find new ways to express themselves creatively.
That's beautiful.
It really highlights how AI is a tool,
Yeah.
a powerful tool,
But we decide how to use it.
and what kind of future we create with it.
So to all our listeners out there, as you go about your day,
Yeah.
think about how you interact with language, technology, and each other.
It's all connected.
And ask yourself, how could AI help us, bridge those divides, foster understanding, and unlock new possibilities? That's something worth thinking about.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
Yeah.
This deep dive into Bielik has been fascinating.
It really has. And I hope it sparks some, new ideas and perspectives for everyone listening. Until next time, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep diving deep.